So, based off the people that are on this call, because we don't have any young professionals and people that have only worked for like 5 years, I would say that it's perfectly normal for someone that's been working for 15 to 20 years to have a two-page resume. If you get beyond 2 pages, then you really need to ask yourself, like, how much value am I giving in this additional information? So that's one call out. The second one is that each section in your resume does not need to carry the same amount of space. So your last job more than likely demonstrates a better representation of your skill sets than the first job that you had. So that section potentially should be a little bit larger than some of the ones as you go down. And where the variability comes into play is that let's say that your last role was in operations, but prior to that you were in a merchandising role, and then prior to that an operations role. If you're applying for an operations role, then like each one should be like a little bit shorter. But if you're applying for a merchandising role, that merchandising section may be as big, if not a little bit bigger than your last role, just because you want to make sure that you're highlighting, hey, I have really strong merchandising experience. This is what I learned in that role. And as somebody is looking at the resume, you want them to spend more time thinking and consuming information related to the things that are most applicable to the job that you're applying to. With the very early career jobs, you could just have the title and one or two bullet points if you feel like it adds value in context to who you are and makes you like a better candidate. But if you go back and you look at it and it's like, I think about myself. My first role was a store leader. And for the longest time, I had store leader on there. And then I was a field consultant. And I can't say that there's a whole lot of skills that I developed as a store leader that I didn't use as a field consultant. So leave the store leader on there from the standpoint of the time, just to kind of show, hey, I've got this many years of experience, but you don't need a whole lot of meat there because a lot of the skills and the things that you were doing are covered in some of your other jobs.